And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 84. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. I hope you enjoyed that lovely break. Hope you were able to be given the opportunity to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, because now it is time to jump into our TVT. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, also from South Korea. It is Gumiho. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of one Terran or the other? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. Now, coming into this series, I do have to lean more heavily towards Cure here. Coming into this, Gumiho has some killer TVT. True, Gumiho, he has some of the best TVT in the world when he is in form. That is the big thing. That is the big question. I did mention at the start of the broadcast that Gumiho has been taking some time off. Gumiho, he has been less active than some of the other players, so we have seen less Gumiho than we typically are used to, and that has been reflected in his state of play, in his performances, in his skill, in his results. So we'll see how he looks coming into the new year, 2026. New year, happy new year. We'll see how he can compare. It's going to be an uphill battle here, but I want to see it back and forth at least. Show us what you got. Show us what you got, man. Let's go. Shout out to the KSL. Shout out to the Korean StarCraft League. As first up, Double Gas opener, Faster Factory. Likewise, Cure doing the same thing. Mirrored builds, both players going into double gas openers, but there is a little bit of a difference here. If you notice, Reactor first. It's going to be Reactor before Reaper. Meanwhile, Cure going Reaper first instead. What does this mean? This means that Gumiho initially will have a lower Reaper count, but he will be able to exceed that as we get in towards the mid game here, just because he was cutting some corners and went for the faster Reactor. If he was doing this against a proxy, then he'd be dead, because his initial Reapers would be so heavily delayed. His SCVs would be dying right now. So it's a big gamble here by Gumiho, and it should be able to pay off, assuming he doesn't take any losses to the first Reaper. Does lift. Again, has to buy some time. Reapers swap out, and Cure has to get the hell out of here. Oh, trying to bait him. Nice KDA, very nice KDA charge out of Cure. Okay. Doesn't get baited, pulls away. Gumiho now getting a CC on location, so is Cure, and Cure already has the safety bunker. Marine production has begun, Cyclones are on the way. Cure is already switching out of Reaper Hellion. Gumiho is committing and doubling down into Reactored Reaper Hellion. The goal here is economic damage. It's to build up that early Reaper Hellion count, to bust into a mineral line. We'll see if he can get in. As he does run past. Runs past, delays the CC, not bad. Does cause a delay. Goes further in. Cyclone is now here, which means he gets a second SCV. Okay. 2 getting up to, almost 3. Almost 3 SCVs, but only 2 so far. Has to pull away. Cyclone shuts down the Reapers. Yeah, there's no way out. There's no way out of this. Losing 2 Reapers and a Hellion for 2 SCVs. I mean, he did delay the CC, which is nice, but at the same time, Cure getting across the map as well. He gets across. Gets 2 SCVs, so nice counter damage at a Cure. And Gumiho's in a slightly worse position here, just because he has a lot of pressure on himself to find some more value with his Reaper Hellion. But Cure has map control, he has a Cyclone, now he's moving out, and there's going to be a more difficult defense here for Gumiho, at least without his tank. Tank is just now popping out. Oh, bold move. Forced to unload. Cure pulls away. Does pull away that Cyclone. Trading with the army. Nice juggling here by Gumiho. Gumiho does that trade Cure. Cure overextending. He overextends. And Gumiho is so close. Can he hunt down the Cyclone? Oh my god. Cyclone barely gets out. So economically, Cure is in a slightly better position, but that was a better trade here from Gumiho, at least in the chase. Gumiho is still rallying. And I believe Gumiho should have a higher, no, it has an even tank count. Moving on tanks. Jumping into the main. Third CC has now begun. Tank is on siege. Oh. Medivac taking a lot of damage. Kira's holding. Gyumyo rotates to the natural. There is a tank siege, but no other support for the tank. Gyumyo doesn't go for the dive. Doesn't quite go for it. Behind this, I see a second factory, no third TC, so Gyumyo, who's not just going into mech, but this is a very committed build with a very late third. Remember, Kira's third base is almost done. So Kira's building up into the mid game, meanwhile Gyumyo is meching it up. In a much more aggressive fashion, going for a triple tank dropping into the main. He's got 3 tanks. The Raven does scout. He's going for it. Yeah, just go for the boost. Oh, a little bit late. Yeah, late on the disable. Tanks do unload. And can he save all 3 tanks? Can he save it? Oh no, the target firing! My god. Yeah, Medivac barely gets out. That's going to be 2 tanks going down. That's a hefty loss for Gyumyo, losing 2 tanks for 3 SCVs. Now he's getting his third base on location, very late third. And Gyumyo, he's lost control of the center of the map. Does siege though. Nice tank volley. Nice tank shots, but again, it's not going to be enough. Yeah, Kiri breaks out, takes down all 4 tanks. There's 2 tanks dying in the main base, 2 tanks dying out here as well. So Gyumyo losing 4 tanks. Force back, and the problem here is that Gyumyo cannot relinquish map control. He has to fight for it, otherwise he'll lose his third. Right? He has to fight for his third base. He chose to get it on location. Gyumyo, he has to make a stand. And so far so good. He is pre-siege, thankfully. Vikings A land. Gyumyo holds. He does hold on. Now, as he was forced to back off, Cure, his third base is already up. Third orbital is already up and running. Now we can start to mule. Oof. Nice catch on the Raven. But GG. GG gets caught. Gyumyo gets caught out on the map. And Cure will take the game. We'll take the game. We'll take a lead in the series. Again, just a really rough start there for Gyumyo. The whole purpose, the whole goal of getting into the second factory is to build up and to maintain a tank lead and to contain your opponent to make it for the later expansion. But remember, he lost 4 tanks. He lost 2 tanks trying to doom drop into the main. So it was a really big risk, a really big gamble for Gyumyo to try and attempt to drop into the main base. He was punished for it. Lost 2 tanks. They lost 2 more here in the center. When you're playing mech and to lose 4 tanks immediately, like that was just a brutal start. And again, Gyumyo, he was hoping that maybe he could maybe drop across the map or find some damage, but too many losses too quickly. GG. And with that, Kira takes a lead, and Kira is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if he can claim it here and now. Now, what are the chances that Gyumyo plays mech again? Now, we are going to be loading into a larger map, so if Gyumyo does play mech, I would assume it'll be a more economic variation. What I mean by that, we're going to be loading into White Rabbit. White Rabbit is a very large map of the map pool. Tourmaline has a very short rush distance by ground, by air, open bases. Being aggressive in the manner that Gyumyo was makes sense on Tourmaline. The map can help you with that. Here, the map is working against you, so we're expecting a faster third base. We're expecting more focus on the mid game here, but we'll see if we can get there. As spawning in the right hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Kyor. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran. It is Gyumyo. Go. Oh, never mind. So I expected a more economic mid game here, but Gyumyo, he's like, screw the mid game. We're going for the proxy 2 racks. 2 racks Reaper out of Gyumyo. We saw this against Nylon in the previous series, and I have to echo those sentiments here. So Gyumyo, he's hoping, first things first, that Cure opens up with a single gas and Cure goes for a faster command center. but last second gas is on the way. So Cure, he's playing safe, which means he's going for a faster factory. Now, just like against Nylon, it's going to be on Cure to, it's all about the reaction. It's all about the reaction time and how much time he has to react, of course, and how he can respond. He cannot lose the first Reaper. Again, the first Reaper, he has to pull back. He has to pull back, he has to pull away, he has to save the Reaper, he has to pull the boys, and he has to minimize SCV losses and buy time for a second Reaper and buy time for the factory to finish and make his first Hellion. So Cure has to buy time for the Hellion, has to buy time for the Reaper, he has to minimize losses. It's all about to pop off. Now again, Cure, he has the tools to defend. Comes down to the execution, comes down to how well he can control. And how fast he can react. Cure does go for the SCV scout. This does give him a heads up. SCV scouts are very rare. Very, very rare in TBT. So the SCV scouts confirms there's no CC on the low ground. Oh, does he pull away in time? He sees! Yeah, he pulls away. Whew. Okay, very clutch move here. He does scout. He pulls away. He will not take the first hit on his Reaper. Instead, he shoots first. So Cure shoots first. Cure, he maintains the high ground. He zones away. He may lose one SCV. Oh my god. Nice KDA charge. Loses one. The factory finishes. Yeah, factory does finish. Hellion's on the way. He's going to lose the second SCV. Oh, barely not. So just one SCV has gone down. So far, better defense from Cure, but not out. Oh, we'll lose one Reaper. But again, he has to buy time for the Hellion. Nice setup here. Very nice. Oh my god, free damage. Free damage by Cure, and again, a very nice defense here. He lost one Reaper and one SCV. The Hellion has arrived, and Cure holds. Cure, he has held. The Proxy Churax did not do critical damage, and the game will continue. We have a Gumiho transitioning back at home, factory into a CC on the low ground. Reapers, they go back in. Hellion is set up. Second, Jesus, now we have two Hellions. Oh, we have to get out of here. And Gumiho has to be so careful with these Reapers. He wants that Hellion. The Rax does mess up the AI. Does mess up the targeting. He'll lose one. One Hellion goes down. Again, we're messing up the initial targeting. I said mess up the he steals the add-on. Let's go! Gumiho stealing the add-on, disrupting the add-on swap. This is going to be a Cyclone, by the way, so heavy delay on the Cyclone. Oh no, even an A move there attacked the Tech Lab by accident. Gumiho. For those who don't know, add-ons are neutral, so technically you can steal. And again, this Tech Lab was even tanking shots. So very nice delay here as the factory desperately wanted to land and make a Cyclone or even a tank. But a big delay, there we go. Steals it back. And now we have the Cyclone, but a very delayed Cyclone at the Cure. So initially, Cure had the better defense. It was a much better defense, but in the follow-up here, we saw kind of a couple of messy moments here from Cure. Gumiho, he was able to just wrangle his way back in. He gets his CC on location, already getting up and running, as opposed to Cure's, who's just now floating over. Meanwhile, Gumiho is going for a more economic mid-game, which is what we assumed in the beginning. Remember, we were like, hey, we're expecting a more economic mid-game here at a Gumiho, and even though he began with the Proxy Churax, he is going for a very fast start CC. So fast start CC by Gumiho, meanwhile fast start CC by Cure as well. So both players are rushing into the mid game. That is what we expected on White Rabbit after the chaotic early game. And we'll double Cyclone job. There's a lock on, but the Medevac does break out. At the same time, Reaper's into the main base, getting more SCVs, and Gumiho is just pulling Cure apart. He's pulling him apart. Where are the KDA charges? I love this time. Not quite. Yeah, not quite, but still 5 SCV kills. Meanwhile, drop back in. Oh, it's going to be a one-way trip. Cyclones, they pick up some Reapers, they pick up some Hellions. Can he get out? No, shot. Oh my god, barely. Barely does pull out a main. Very nice drop here by Gumiho. Getting more damage done, and Gumiho is popping off. He's popping off. He gets a full scout of the main. He confirms the bio. He confirms the third CC. Meanwhile, no surprises here, but Gumiho, he is playing mech, going for additional factories. So Gumiho is making it up, but again with a faster third. So a greater economy this time. And honestly, Gumiho is looking pretty good. Looking good. As the game slows down a little bit here after the intense early game, a big shout to Late Chrono Notes in the chat. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 16 months. 16 months, man. Crazy. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for the great casting. Thank you for enjoying the cast, for supporting the channel. Thank you. Do appreciate it. As we have a third factory on the way. Securing himself, and from here the game should slow down. Again, the game should slow down. We should be able to get up to full 3-base saturation, work towards a 4th CC, get into double upgrades. It is going to be up to Cure to try to break the defensive and the turtling Gumiho. So Cure just has to wait for his upgrades, and then he can start to be active. But the pressure is going to be definitely on the blue Terran to find some damage and to slow down the meching player from maxing out. It is going to be a terrifying max out. Stim is now done. Kira can look to hunt down the Cyclones. Speaking of, here come the drops. And out towards the left-hand side. Here, there are some tanks, there are some Ravens, but there's no support. What do I mean by that? No Hellions, no Vikings, no Marines. There's no support for the tanks. They're just now coming in. Okay, Ravens, they respond. Nice reaction. They have auto turrets. Motorbike gets chased away. Gumiho being proactive. Oh, okay. Catching out a couple of Marines. Letting Cure know that he knows where he is. Forcing Cure further back. Yeah, Cure just cannot find a way in. He's trying. Getting cannot break in, double drop, diving on top of the tanks. The tanks once again, they're exposed. No support. He's gonna get both. He's going for both, and looks like he will get both tanks. Gonna cost some Marines, but this is worth it for Cure. Very well worth it. At the same time, he attempts to dive forward. Once again, tanks are exposed. Once again, forcing friendly fire. Getting one, getting two. Can he get all four? 3 dead tanks, and he will get all 4. Oof. So this was 4 tanks, and then we had 2 tanks on the left-hand side, so 6 tanks. 6 tanks go down for Marines. Ay. And now it's Gumiho's turn to be torn apart. Again, tanks are good, but tanks, they're vulnerable. Like, they need supportive units. They need this. They need the marauding band of Vikings, of Ravens, of Hellions. Gumiho has been out of position. And Cure is gaining momentum. Oh, nice Hellion run by, okay. 8 SCVs, Jesus. 9 SCV kills, not bad. Nice run by. Meanwhile, Cure is pushing. Cure, he's still down in tanks, but he has thinned out the tank count quite a bit, to the point where there are no tanks set up here at the 4th. Oh boy. Gumiho once again is out of position. He spots the army, but it's too late. The tanks are within range of the planetary. Nice disables. We get some nice disables. Gumiho does react in time. He gets here. Again, the disables, they buy so much time for Gumiho. And Gumiho will clean up. Again, the mass disables, Pappy. Oh my god. Gets 5 tanks. Yeah, massive win here for Gumiho. Shuts down 5 tanks. Again, this was Kyo's moment to break the base, and he failed to do so. He failed to break the base, and it cost him everything. And now Gumiho, we spoke about it, but the pressure was on the blue Terran to try to break Gumiho before he maxes. That time has come and gone. Like, Gumiho, he's what, at 170 supply? He's almost maxed. Gumiho's about to max out. He's distracting Kyo, getting a 5th expansion. And when Gumiho pushes like this, he cannot be stopped. Like, I mean, okay, there's a chance. If Gumiho's unsieged, if he fights unsieged, if he gets caught on siege, if we get like a surround going, then Kyo can deal with this. But outside of that setup, Gumiho can just bully his way in. Kyo's got 3-3 starting up. Gumiho moving in with his Liberators. I believe there's no Vikings. Just able to freely zone away. A bit of miscontrol. Yeah, Gumiho will lose a Raven there for free. Bit of miscontrol. That's a high energy Raven as well. High energy. And GG gets pulled. No final fight here, but Gumiho was already laying siege upon the 3rd CC, and Gumiho will tie the series 1-1. GG. Again, Kyo, he had some nice moments, don't get me wrong. He was able to get 6 tanks. Like, that was a really, really nice set of moments there for Kyo, but that was immediately followed by him moving out, hitting the 4th base. Did catch Gumiho out of position, but he got mass disabled, right? Gumiho came in with his Ravens, he just disabled every single tank. Gumiho shut down the army, and from that moment, Gumiho snowballed out of control. As again, he was the first to max out. He was able to secure his 5 base economy, and making Terran with 5 bases, with map control, with the supply lead as well. Like, there was just so much in favor of Gumiho in that moment, and Kyo just could not stop him. The best that Kyo could have hoped for, outside of catching Gumiho on siege, would be trying to force Gumiho back home. Right, that's the only other option, is to just buy time and try to backstab and force Gumiho to turn around. But outside of those like very niche kind of situations or very niche responses, like GG, well played. And now we're getting into the ace match. Getting into game 3. And game 3 is going to be on Ruby Rock. Okay. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression can be favored here, and we'll see how aggressive our players plan on being. Meanwhile, I do have to open the window here. It is getting very hot. It's summer, for those who don't know, here in Australia. It is summer. It's very hot. One moment. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the ace match. The ace match here between these two players. And spawning in the right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Kyo. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran. It is Gumiho. We go. As we're getting into the ace match, we're tied up 1-1, and we'll see how this story ends. Once again, we have Gumiho going for a double gas opener, and for the first time this series, we have a single gas because Kyo is going to Axe Reaper. Ooh, we gambled quite hard here. Okay, So if you're curious, what is 2-Axe Reaper? What is this build here by Cure? This is designed and meant to hard counter proxy 2-Axe. If Gumiho was going for a proxy 2-Axe, essentially both players would have the same production, except Cure would have the defender's advantage, so Cure would have the edge in the fight, because he'd be able to reinforce faster, shut him down. He'd also have the SCVs to pull as well, shut down the proxy, and then immediately counterattack as well. So Cure, he was set up here to hard counter. Gumiho instead is going for a standard safe opener by going for the faster tech lab. So off of the openers, Gumiho does have the edge. This is a better start for Gumiho, but there is potential for Cure to find some damage. Yes, this is meant to hard counter a proxy, but this can still be active. This can still find some damage across the map, depending on the positioning, depending on the control. First things first, Cure is looking for the proxy. Tells me fouls. Likewise, Gumiho also scouting for proxies, checks his triangular third, checks his linear third. Gumiho turns around, Cure. Ooh, it's close. I think Cure barely shot first there, but he gets turned away. Now as good as reinforcing Reaper. Gumiho doesn't know this. Remember, he didn't scout. He has no idea. Yeah, he has no idea. But Gumiho does shoot first. Gumiho with a better trade. Now he knows, seeing the Reaper as quickly as it was. Gumiho is aware. Remember, he has the Hellion. Cure does not. Cure's factory is just now finishing, but Cure does have an abundance of Reapers. And again, the pressure's on Cure to find some damage, to break through the defensive line, to get into the mineral line. We'll see if he can. See if he can. Yep, does catch the first Reaper. Nice pick up. He gets one. Gets one Reaper. Delays the CC. Nice delay. Getting his own. He's getting his own base. Meanwhile, Gumiho, he has to wait for the Cyclone. Ooh, he chose not to get a second Hellion. I mean, that's why this is getting so much damage. We could have seen additional Hellions here, but instead Gumiho went for the add-ons. With the Tech Lab, went for the Cyclone. Which means Cure, he's going to overwhelm. Yeah, he's just going to overwhelm here. He's going to clean everything up. Oh. Medevac is out there. Okay. Can juggle. Cyclone does defend. And Gumiho holds. Gumiho does hold on. The CC is still not done though, by the way. Oh god, it's so close. It's still not complete. Where's the SCV? Ah, late reaction. Late reaction by Gumiho. Late response. This SCV is so late to come down. Cure's base is already morphing in. It's already morphing into the orbital. So despite Gumiho having a much faster CC, it doesn't finish until after the base of Cure. Security takes an economic lead. Han shot first. Smurge, Wappy Smurge. Cyclones, they do dip into the main. I mean, he did. Feels special edition, man. As from here, we're building up. We're coming down. Again, Gumiho's building up into his third CC. I will say that Cure currently has momentum. He does have momentum here. Waiting for his stim timing. There's a high chance that Gumiho's going to go into mech again. Oh my, Jesus. Yeah, Mind Shot goes off. Medevac is very low. It was in that moment where the Mind Shot went off where I was rubbing my eye, so I had my hand off the mouse. Oh no. There's a second factory. Again, mech is on the way. Security's got his Ravens. He has 2 disables available. Can he break this position? Will he try? Now he's just set up. Just set up. Gumiho is crazy. Did not go back home with that medevac. He's still out here looking for damage, waiting for his moment. Curious going for the Doom Drop. Oh, speaking of, Cyclones drop into the mineral line. 2, 3, 4 SCVs, not bad. Getting 5 SCVs, Jesus. At the same time, drop into the main. And the Ravens are here as well. They can support. Do we disable a tank? Gets one, gets both. Yeah, nice disables, nice auto turrets as well. And this is game-ending damage. Critical damage here, 22 SCVs. Oh, I spoke too soon though because those 2 Cyclones. Late reaction out of Q. He was distracted. 14 SCVs go down. Everything's on fire. This Q's going back in. Gets a tank. Gets one. Gets one tank. The Marines, the Marooned in the main. Oof. They're all gonna go down. And as it settles, where exactly are we? Cure, he barely does have a worker lead. Up by 9. It's a slight economic advantage, but Cure, okay, does have a 3rd CC. Both players have 3rd bases. Cure, he has a better economy. Meanwhile, Gumiho, I believe, has the higher tank count. Yeah, he has a larger army. Even though we saw all those disables, those 2 tanks survived. Those 2 tanks in the main base, they did survive. They were not killed. So Gumiho, he maintains his mech army. He maintains all those tanks. And now it's go time. Now, because of the defense, Gumiho, he doesn't have the most amount of energy on these Ravens. That may hurt him here, but I mean, it may not matter. There's just so much brute force here in this army. 7 tanks, 8 Vikings. We'll see if Cure can defend that 3rd. I'm not so sure he can. Yeah, he has a lift. One tank goes down. There's a lift. Within range of the Vikings. The Vikings, they shouldn't kill the CC. They shouldn't kill. No shot! No, he gets it! Oh my god! The repairs were not good enough. I just assumed that it would be, but not many SCVs. Only 5 SCVs. They could not repair the CC. Massive pickoff. Ay, ay, ay. And Curie's in danger. He's in danger, he's in trouble. Gumiho's getting his own 3rd. Drop towards the production. You can see Cure trying to catch reinforcements, if not flank the army. Going for the base trade. This army could kill the CC. Like, what is it to defend? We have 2 tanks further back towards the main, so the CC can be killed. But at the same time, Gumiho's going for the production. There we go. Kills the mineral line, kills the CC. This is a nice pick-up here by Cure, but this still pales in comparison to what's happening here in this main. Yeah, Cure just bleeding off units here. Marauders, Marines, tanks. This is a way to just end the game, to kill. Cure's still outside. Dropping on top of the army. Will force a bit of friendly fire. It does kill 2 tanks. Okay. Cure here overwhelms. Overwhelms the SCVs. Breaks through the tank line. Base trade. Let's go. Yeah, he breaks into the main base. We come into the base trade. But again, Cure's DPS here, it takes so long. It just takes so long to kill everything. Building's already falling. Nice pick up on the Liberator. Getting the man with gun is pretty good. Just camping Vikings, camping Hellions. Gumiho just throwing units away. Meanwhile, the boys being pulled into auto turrets. Gumiho maintains his position. Again, Gumiho, he already shuts down the main base. Supplies are close. But Kira, he's about to lose every building here. Gumiho, he's already floating. He's already floating over. He was so fast to just evacuate, to just get the hell out of here. Yeah, Gumiho's floating away. And remember, Gumiho, he has Vikings, right? Gumiho has Vikings. Meanwhile, Kira does not. Kira only has Marine Marauder. So technically, Gumiho can hide buildings, which cannot be hunted down. Kira cannot hide. He cannot hide. He will lose every building. I say that Kira is making some Raxes on the top side. Make some Raxes. Because he's a Raxes, he's going to be revealed. Oh, I spoke too soon. He is revealed. Gumiho, he finds the CC. He finds him. Gumiho muling to repair. Gumiho, he has a bank. He saved his orbital. And Gumiho's repairing. He's repairing. He will find all these hidden SCVs. As there should be no way out of the main.
Base is under attack.
There should be no. There we go. Other mules. Okay, so what are our win conditions? Gumiho has to kill this CC, and it's low, right? The command center is low. If Kira can kill this CC, then he can win. Meanwhile, Gumiho, he's aware of the location of the top base, so he knows where to go already.
Base is under attack.
Yeah, you can see Gumiho making a beeline towards the top half of the map, where the remaining buildings are. There's 2 Axes and 1 command center. And here comes Gumiho. He's making his way in that direction. Kira cannot defend those bases. He just doesn't have the supply. Even if he does fight this army unsieged, I believe there's a high enough tank count where Gumiho just wins anyway. And again, there's no floating out of this. Like, you cannot escape. There are Vikings. You cannot fly away. The Vikings, Pappy. Okay. And here comes another CC. Yeah, another CC with Gumiho's army. He's also floating a Rax with his army as well. So Kira, his one win condition is to kill this base, and he's going for it. Unfortunately, there's another base. Right, there's another CC up here. But he will kill it. Meanwhile, we got a lift. We got a lift. Get out of here. No. Get out of here. Lift, Pappy. He lifts. Gonna attempt to float away. Here comes a double drop. Now, Gumiho can afford another CC. But yeah, GG gets called. Gumiho, he will take the series, and Gumiho, he will advance on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Gumiho, he had excess resources, he had excess minerals, so he could afford to actually throw down additional buildings, like additional CCs. Unfortunately, Kira just didn't have that additional income or that additional bank to work with, so he was limited in how many buildings he could throw down. With that, GG. With that, GG, well played. With that, congratulations. Gumiho, he does claim the series. Very well done. Very well fought. A very intense back and forth series here. Both players had their moments. Both players got very down and dirty in this series as well. And now we have our semifinals ready. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves.